Hello, and welcome to Three Nerds Deep. My name is Adam, and as always, I am joined by Andy and Andrew. Say hello, nerds.
Hello, nerds.
Hi. How's it going?
Another fantastic opening.
We're nailing
It's what
them.
we're known for. If we were known, it's what we would be known for.
Yep. Welcome to our latest episode. Today we are going to be talking about the dumbest TV, movie, video game, whatever characters in our opinions. But first, I have a shout out. Well, I really have two. Actually, I have three. I forgot. So, first one is
All right.
Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Did you make up your mind, Adam?
Night of the Seven Kingdoms finished, and the last episode was also fantastic. I'm sure we'll talk about the show.
That was
at
the
some point
final.
in the near
That was the
future.
final this season.
Yep, last
Yeah.
episode of the season.
I wondered about that.
Yeah, and then also Scrubs released. I think they released more than one episode, but I only watched the first episode, and I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was a very good episode to bring it back on. And then last one that I have is I watched Howl's Moving Castle by Studio Ghibli. However you say that. Ghibli.
That's how I say it. I don't know if that's the.
Yeah, I don't know. We're probably butchering it. But I'm not a big anime guy, but for some reason, yesterday I had time and I started watching it, and I finished it today. It was very good, very fun, very whimsical. So, yeah, that's all the shout outs I got. I was told we need to keep it short, so there we go. Anybody else got any shout outs?
Yeah, I've got two shout outs. I have not watched the Night of the Seven Kingdoms finale yet. Been busy. But my first shout out is they released a teaser trailer for Backyard Baseball that's releasing July 9th.
Oh, that's so good.
2026.
I remember that.
And I'm very excited for it because I played all those games. The basketball, the baseball, the football, all of it.
Yep.
So I'm excited. And then second shout out, which maybe we could go on a tangent a little bit. Well, I might deal with this topic a little bit. But watched Little Giants with the kids today. Forgot how much I love that movie. And how I'm confused by that movie at the same time.
You should be. There's a lot of rule breaking that happens in that movie.
Well, it's just the main antagonist is a Heisman Trophy winning player. They don't say if he's quarterback or running back or whatever, but he's a Heisman Trophy winner, and he's coaching Pee-wee football.
Yeah,
like I would think he would be at least coaching
he's also a
high
car
school.
salesman.
Well, that's pretty normal for NFL players, or not NFL players, but former football players. But like, I'm like, why is he coaching Pee-wee? You know, like I guarantee you, if he's a Heisman Trophy. It's been 20 years. I don't know.
Maybe he used to. They don't talk. Maybe he used to, and then he just goes back to because he likes working with kids. Did we lose Andy?
Maybe that, or he's making the.
It's like,
funniest
Heisman Trophy winner.
Sorry, you're gonna have to redo that because you cut out, like you froze for a little bit.
Sorry. But like, if I was a athletic director of a high school or even a college, and the guy applied for the head coaching job, and it said Heisman Trophy winner, I'm like, all right, you're at the top of the list.
Right, but that doesn't mean he's a good coach. He's not necessarily
No,
a good coach in the movie either. He's kind of
That's true. Yeah. But like I said, it was a fun movie to watch with the kids. But yeah.
Yep.
That's all my shout outs.
Andrew, you got any?
No, not really. I've been I took on, I think it was Andy's recommendation. I started in the final empire of the Mistborn series. And I'm
Good
enjoying
book.
that so far. Yeah. It was a slow start, but it picks up. And I'm enjoying it so far. That's really all I've got.
Oh, I did remember. Speaking of books, you reminded me of. I've been hitting the audiobooks pretty hard lately.
Uh-oh.
I've been
Intervention.
listening. I've been listening to the Legend of Dritz books, and they are fantastic. Like, if anybody wants to get into any kind of fantasy that is as close to Dungeons and Dragons as you can get, the Legends of Dritz is where it's at because it takes place in the main universe of Dungeons and Dragons. But yeah, I'm about to finish Gauntlgrim, which is like in the Legend of Dritz. There's like 33 books, and I'm like 15, 16 books in. So, guess good books. Adam's read some of them. They're good.
Yep.
I am
They're
a
good.
little sad though. I got to the part, Adam, where Caddy Bree is no longer with Dritz, and it makes me sad. Which it was gonna happen. He's an elf. He's a dark elf, and she's a human. It's like you knew it was gonna happen eventually. But it's like, but anyway,
Right. Alrighty. So we'll move right into our topic today. So the topic is our picks for the dumbest characters in media. And what inspired the list for me was a character that isn't necessarily supposed to be dumb.
Yeah.
But every decision they make, you're like, come on.
Yeah, we're all over the place, I think, on this list because they're going to hear characters who are obviously dumb, but there's not really much to talk about with them besides them just being dumb. And so it's probably smart characters who are.
And then I started thinking, and I could literally make a list of just Game of Thrones characters that are just so dumb.
Yeah, I think I know which one you're going to talk about. But yeah.
I mean, anybody want to kick us off, or do you want me to kick you off with what inspired the list?
It's your idea. You kick it off.
All right. So part of this is both book and show character, and it is a Game of Thrones character, and it is probably the dumbest character, even though I don't think she's supposed to be dumb. I have Catelyn Stark as the dumbest character ever. She literally is a huge part of the reason why her family dies.
You know, you say that, and I agree. And I just picture the scene from that Night Watch movie with I think it's from that when Vince Vaughn's like, "You're a problem." Like
that's a couples retreat.
Is that couples retreat? Okay,
yeah.
Because
he's like, let's not point fingers, but you're a problem.
Yeah, I agree. Catelyn Stark is a problem. She's
like I mean,
dumb.
you could just go down the list of just poor decisions, and she literally causes the death of her entire family.
All right, let's hear it. I want you to explain that.
So, she arrests Tyrion randomly.
She doesn't arrest him. She kidnaps him. She doesn't really have authority. She doesn't have authority to arrest people.
She has the authority of being a noble lady.
She has power in that sense.
But she has power in her own domain. She kidnaps him outside of
I mean, they were
The
in
North.
the Riverlands, so I mean, technically she
That's
is.
She's the
technically her
lady of the
domain.
river.
Yes, she's
I
a
know, but
lady
she
of the
still
Riverlands. She
she
has
still
power.
has a lot of power there too.
She's not the lady, but she's a lady of the
Debatable.
Riverlands.
Right. So she abducts Tyrion, which is so dumb. Like, also she trusts Peter Baelish, which is also so dumb. But she arrests Tyrion, which leads to the confrontation between Jaime Lannister and Ned Stark, which gets most of Ned Stark's men killed.
Hmm.
And also gets Ned Stark seriously injured, which leads to him having to rely on gold cloaks when he confronts the queen. Guess what? He doesn't have loyal men because they all got killed because she did something stupid. Then we can go and
So that's her.
talk.
That's her husband dead.
Yeah, that's her husband dead.
Hey, keep going.
But then she releases Jaime Lannister, which causes Robb Stark to have to kill Rickard Karstark because he kills innocent boys. And Robb Stark is stuck between a rock and a hard place because if he doesn't, then no one's going to respect him. And if he does, he's going to lose the loyalty of the Karstarks and a bunch of other people. Which he does kill the Karstarks, which means the Karstarks are gone, which means he loses like half his troops because a bunch of people leave because of her poor decision, which leads inevitably to Robb's death because he has no troops, no loyalty. Granted, Robb does, get with the Westerling girl, which ticks off the phrase, but I don't know. Again, you could probably argue that maybe his decision to take on the Crag would have been different if
the car starts with him.
Right, with the Karstarks with him. Maybe he would have taken a different plan, all that stuff. So that leads to his death. And then
we're maybe at 1.5.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Either way.
Keep going. There's a lot of kids. I got to hear how most of them die.
Right. Again, Bran and Rickon don't.
Well, we don't know if
they don't.
Die.
Right. In the books, they don't. They're not dead yet.
They're not dead yet. Well, Bran.
In the show, she's weakened the North and weakened Robb so much that Bolton betrays him, which leads to Ramsay getting a hold of Rickon and leads to Ramsay killing Rickon. So really, she caused the death of 3 of her family members. The rest of them are alive, but their lives are also not great at the time. So
and her own death.
Right, and then her own death.
Yeah.
So
she's the worst.
And in the show, kind of leads to the death of her uncle because she release Jaime, and then Jaime, sieges River Run, and then the Blackfish dies. So really,
how's the Blackfish die? I can't remember.
Through siege.
In the show, he dies off screen, but he dies.
Oh yeah, doesn't he go fight some guys so somebody can get away or whatever?
Kinda, like Brienne, isn't it, or something?
I think so.
It's been a while since I've seen that episode, but in the book, the Blackfish lives and swims away while taunting everybody because he's a bad egg. So,
dude, the Blackfish is the best. Like, he's great in the show, but in the books, he's like,
he's good.
Yeah, so that's why Catelyn Stark is just dumb. She thinks she's so smart and she knows politics. Really, there's a lot of women in the Game of Thrones uniform.
Okay. That was a really bad pause. That was an awful pause.
That was a bad time taking breath.
Oh,
in the game.
Oh no!
And I guess it's really just 2 of the most important women in the Game of Thrones uniforms that think they're so smart and think they know politics and are just the worst. Because Cersei Lannister is also just an idiot as well. But in the show and books, everybody thinks she's an idiot. She's the only one who thinks she's super smart. So,
yeah.
Well, I've also heard arguments that Tyrion Tyrion is a very smart dumb person.
Yeah, I mean he's smart, but the problem is he's unlucky. I think Tyrion's just one of the unluckiest characters in Game of Thrones.
How do you figure? I want to hear.
One, he's born a dwarf, so that's the ultimate unluckiness.
Well, wow.
And he's born ugly.
In the Game of Thrones universe. That's just
that's what I said.
Okay.
That's exactly what I said. They said in the Game of Thrones universe, he's born a dwarf and born ugly. And then he's born with Jaime and Cersei as, siblings. I mean, you go to the poisoning of Joffrey, which in the show is clearly, you find out wasn't him, but in the books, you still don't really know who poisoned Joffrey. But in the show, he's just wrong place, wrong time. He's holding the cup and Cersei hates him. So he automatically gets blamed for it. And then his dad wants to get rid of him. So he's just...
Yeah, but his dad wanted him to, take the black or whatever.
His dad pretty much wanted him killed. Jaime convinced him to let him take the black.
Yeah.
And then, running into Catelyn Tully or Stark. Nah, she's a Tully. She doesn't deserve to be a Stark. She killed more Starks than anybody else in the show. This is a joke. She didn't kill more Starks than anybody in the show. But kind of.
Anyway.
When we talk about Game of Thrones characters that are intelligent but make dumb decisions, Ned Stark's up there too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd say he's dumb.
He should have left when he wanted to, and he decided not to leave. And then trusting Peter Baelish was a dumb decision. Peter Baelish told him not to trust him, and he trusted him anyway.
I mean, but you're right.
The thing is, that's the best argument for it. But I don't know if I'd necessarily he was dumb as much as he is just a character who decided to stick to his ideals in a world where you can't stick to your ideals. And
he
not
was
without a dragon.
The Game of Thrones universe.
Not without a dragon by your side. And then even still, if you have a dragon by your side, apparently it corrupts you.
Right.
Yeah. This is also Jon Snow. He's dumb. He never should have left the wildling girl. He should have just ran off and lived with Ygritte. Rode off into the sunset.
Right, but then the entire kingdom would have been overran by the White Walkers.
Debatable. He didn't even kill the White Walker. He didn't even stop the White Walkers. That was Arya.
Right.
We don't know that for sure.
In the show, it was Arya.
Right, but the White Walkers were coming. He would have had maybe a month of just bliss with
That's a month he didn't have because he left her.
Right? But then he got some ant loving, so it was fine.
Yep.
Game of Thrones is messed up. It's so weird.
Maybe that's why he hasn't written more, because he doesn't want to be unhealthy anymore. He was in a bad place when he started that series, and he's had therapy since then.
Well, the Night of the Seven Kingdoms really puts in perspective, a lot, just how much the Targaryens were marrying brother and sister, and House of the Dragon, because that happens in that too. It's got some uncle and niece, and then you got brother and sister. Maybe we're all for that.
Especially in the book, because then Egg's talking about his sister. It's she wanted to come with me. And he's like, why? It's because, she wanted to marry me, but
right.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's a thing you guys do.
But
yeah.
Well,
yeah, but Egg was not into that. He was a firm believer that incest should not be happening in the Targaryen line.
Good for you,
But,
Egg.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I mean, if we want to continue Game of Thrones, Oberyn Martell makes one of the dumbest decisions ever.
I don't think he's actually a smart character, though.
He's pretty
He's pretty
clever.
He is pretty.
I think it's clever. I think there's a difference between true intelligence and cleverness, and Oberyn just
it's wisdom versus intelligence, just like in D&D,
Right.
guys.
Well, and it's just he got carried. My thing is just getting carried away with the taunting of the mountain. Like,
Yeah, like he could have totally
I
just
was
devastated
even though
him.
I had read the books, but when I watched it for the first time, I was like, no. It's like, what are you doing?
Fool. Don't take
Just
your helmet off.
Die,
You idiot.
Just
It's like you
make sure
already
he's
cheated.
dead.
Just no, he didn't have to because he cheated with poison. Like all he had to do was essentially wait for the poison to do its thing. Oh man. Yeah. That was pretty dumb.
It was a dumb choice. But I don't know if I would have it's life-ending choice. I don't know if it was if he would be considered the dumbest character, though, because I don't know if I'd consider him necessarily the smartest character. You know, he rides that line.
Yeah, but he might just be dumb.
He was the good. I liked him because he was the good guy, but he was the cocky good guy. And if he was just the bad cocky guy, people would be like, "Oh yeah, get your upcomings with your head smushed." But he was the one that everybody liked, but he was still cocky, and that cockiness is what got him. So,
Right.
Yep.
I'm going to shift gears, though.
Yeah, go for
I'm
it.
going to shift gears away from Game of Thrones. And I'm going to list a name that's, I won't be surprised if I get some blowback for this, but I think Dr. Emmett Brown is one of the dumbest people in dumbest characters, especially when you think of smart dumb characters. Is he smart and intelligent? Absolutely. But did he discover time travel by slipping on a toilet and bonking his head? He absolutely did. That's how he got it. So did he really get it, or was it just like something knocked him crazy? On top of that, he makes this device, and then perceives or proceeds to make a lab rat out of a teenager who has no clue what he's getting into. Also, to make this device, he makes a really bad deal to steal the is it petroleum? No. Yeah, plutonium.
Plutonium.
Petroleum. Plutonium?
Petroleum's just
Yeah. I said the wrong thing. I couldn't think of it. But to steal that, saying it's like I gave them some other stuff. They wouldn't know. Yeah, well, they did know. And then you would have died for it. And trapped a kid in the past with a time machine. And then you get yourself trapped in the past, and then it's not the smartest decision he eventually makes is telling him to demolish the time machine. And then what does this guy do? He builds another one out of a freaking train.
Which is pretty dope. Not
Still,
gonna lie.
still dumb. And how does he do it?
I will
So
Where did
argue
he
your
get?
first point about having a high schooler be his guinea pig. He had his dog be his guinea pig.
no.
Yeah.
The
So,
only reason why the high schooler ended up in there is because he was running for his life.
No.
I'm pretty sure he fully intended after the dog. Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
it doesn't
after
matter.
The dog went in. They were going to go in together.
I think you're
not
overlooking the
necessarily
fact you're overlooking the fact that he pulled a high schooler to be his assistant, guinea pig, whatever you want to call it. He pulled in a high schooler who doesn't have stellar grades, by the way, It's not like he's going to thrive to be a scientist. It's some kid who just happened to show up at his door one day, and he's just like, I'm going to take. He might be a villain. He might be the evil genius in this whole thing. And then it just doesn't. Bad decision after bad decision, and it's things that he keeps repeatedly doing wrong.
So I agree with you on most of your points, but I agree with Adam on the whole lab rat, teenager lab rat. All Marty was supposed to do was bring the camera and record. That's all he was supposed to do. And the fact that because of Doc Brown's dumb decision, Marty had to run for his life.
Yeah, okay. We'll get there. I will give you. He might not be a lab rat per se, sure, but he has no reason to be pulling a teenager along for the. He is an accomplice to stealing from. Was it who was it he was stealing from? Was it
Albanians? I think it's the Albanians, right?
Albanians, yeah.
It was something.
Terrorists. Some terrorist organization too.
Well, if you really think about it, he did steal plutonium from terrorists, so I feel like that was a good idea.
Yeah, but then he tried to trick them.
Yeah, they thought they were getting like stuff for a dirty bomb, and instead they got random stuff.
Random stuff to put together.
Maybe it blew up before they even got to their location and killed a bunch of terrorists. It was.
I'm pretty sure that's not what happened.
I will say, when you break it down like that, the whole what we are finding out is that the whole Back to the Future movie, it all stems from his decision to steal from the Albanians, because none of the rest of the movie series would have happened if he hadn't stole that
we know of.
Because Marty wouldn't have gone to the past by himself.
Oh, well, it depends on how he acquires the plutonium.
Which means the events of the second movie would not have happened because of, being in the past. And then so on and so forth. So what we're really saying is he had one bad decision.
One bad decision, but then he kept making the same things over and over. Like going to the past and living in the past, and him just being there, altering things in the past. And he was like, "Uh-oh, that lady was supposed to die." What does he end up doing? Marrying her, having kids with her, making a whole new timeline thing. And he's just like, whatever. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's not that big a deal.
It's just wibbly.
Changing the whole name of a ravine. In the process, talk about he knows better. He knows. He's warned Marty about it, and then he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna do it anyway. He's that guy.
What we're finding out is Andrew is a timeline purist. He doesn't believe that you should be messing with the timeline at all.
What I am saying is, if you are going to establish rules in your universe on how you shouldn't mess with the timeline, and you're the one establishing those rules, and then by the end you're like, yeah, what's the worst that could happen? You literally almost made somebody disappear from existence earlier. Imagine how many other people have disappeared from existence from changing as much as you did.
Defense,
you can defend him all you like. You just
Marty's
like him, but you know I'm right.
Who made his mom fall in love with him?
Right.
No, Marty did that. That was Marty.
How did he do that? Did he invent the time machine?
Because he fell out of a tree. Because he
got hit by a car.
He's a teenager. He had a good moral compass at the time, and he didn't know what he was doing. That was before he met Doc Brown, and he told him all the things like, oh, you really shouldn't be messing with time like this. His past self knew you shouldn't be messing around with time, but didn't tell his older self that. Just write yourself a note. Don't make a time machine. Nope, what's he do? Makes a time machine. Actively avoids himself, says you shouldn't interact with yourself from the past or from yourself with the future. What's he do? Interacts with himself from the past and the future. He's breaking his own daggum rules. The smart guy is not listening to himself, and that's a problem. And
Well, as you said, when you're breaking ground, you can make up the rules as you go, man. Like there are no rules because you're the one who's going to be making them.
It's the purge, man.
I'm just saying. Dumb.
See, after he gets the Western baddie, then he starts enforcing the rules.
Please don't start with the baddie stuff again. It sounds so dumb when you say it.
I'm just saying.
But now that he has the lady and his kids, now he can enforce those rules because he's got a happy life.
Yeah,
that's how it works.
Never mind
now any future...
everybody else. If he's not dumb, then he's selfish.
I will admit, like he.
You don't want to admit that he's dumb, but he is.
He is. Yeah, I would probably more describe him as goofy, though.
He's no.
What? He's pretty dumb.
Dumb.
No, I agree. He's dumb, but not. I just disagree on certain aspects of.
Not only is that, here's the other thing.
In general,
here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. When a teenager is fixing your mistakes, when you have a doctorate and a teenager is fixing your mistakes, going around.
I question how he got that doctorate.
I question that argument because really Marty is fixing his own mistakes.
No.
Yeah.
He fixed his. Yeah. Who destroyed the time machine?
Marty.
Thank you. His first mistake was making the time machine, and he didn't remember, and he wasn't aware of that until he told them to destroy it. And who destroyed it? Marty destroyed it. And then what's he do?
But really, the only reason why it needed destroyed
what did he do?
Marty took it back and erased himself from the timeline.
Then what did he do?
Oh, then he had to fix it.
No. Then what did he do after he destroyed the time machine? After he told him to destroy the time machine, what did he do?
He made a time train, which is completely different.
The big fat lie. All right, who do you got? Who do you got, Adam? Y'all don't want to admit that he's dumb because you like him. He's got high charisma and he's got you all fooled. But he was dumb.
No, he's dumb.
Can I tell you guys one of mine?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, sure.
I need to look up the name because I don't know the full name. I only know the first name.
What's it from?
It's from Anchorman.
Oh,
Rick.
Yep.
That's the only name you need.
I'm trying to see what his full name is, just because I'm not.
Full name?
Rick
Tamlin.
Rick Tamlin
from the Anchorman series.
He's just dumb.
Yeah, I just picked a dumb guy. Like he's just dumb. Like I don't. Maybe it's bad to say he's dumb because obviously he's got some kind of
that's not canon.
Disability.
That's not canon. They never bring that up. They never say that.
But it's pretty obvious that he's got
you could literally just say the cast of, or the main characters of Anchorman.
That's true. They're all pretty dumb.
They're all dumb.
I love Anchorman, but they're all like Paul Rudd's character. 70% of the time, it works every time. It's like your math ain't mathin'. But yeah, specifically Brick though, like he's just, he's just dumb. Like he's just, if you haven't seen the movie, there's a point where they're fighting a bunch of other TV stations, and Brick just pulls out a grenade and just walks around screaming with the grenade in his hand, like just.
Yeah. And the second one, doesn't he get like a alien laser gun?
It's been so long.
Yeah, it's like a future laser thing. He like blows up a building or something with it.
Yeah.
Kills a guy with a trident.
Kill the guy with the trident. Yeah, you should probably lay low for a while.
It's so good.
I love Anchorman. It's been so long since I've seen it. But like literally, maybe I'll just change it to the whole, team.
I mean,
because like
just
Ron
say
Burgundy.
Like,
Ron Burgundy is super dumb. Paul Rudd's character's dumb. The guy who does sports, I can't even think of what his name is.
Champ.
Yeah, he's
Champ Kind.
Also dumb. But like, I
all
love
dumb.
Anchorman, but they're all dumb.
Who's dumber? Let's ask this question. Who would win in a dumb contest, whatever that would look like? The Anchorman crew or the Zoolander crew?
mm,
Well, isn't there just two people in the Zoolander crew? Or are you talking about his crew that die in a fire explosion because they have a gas fight?
I think the people who
that
die
one.
in a fire explosion.
Well, I would say the Anchorman crew because they live.
No, they would lose. They wouldn't win. They would lose because they're not the dumbest.
Oh, right. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
the Zoolander crew literally die in the first,
that's
20
true.
minutes of the movie. Like,
From throwing
They died in
gasoline
a
on
freak
themselves.
gasoline accident.
It wasn't a freak gasoline accident. That's the funniest thing. Like that's quoted all the time, but there's no freak in it. They were
right,
pouring
because he even
gasoline
saw
on
him
themselves.
lighting up a cigarette and he's like, no. And then it's
He's like, huh? Like, yeah, that's
like,
like they might be the dumbest. Like that might be the bottom of the list. Is it sounds like a fun time. Let's have a gasoline or fight, and then just light up a smoke afterwards. No big deal.
right.
Gosh,
I think Zoolander is on my list of dumb characters in general.
Right.
it's supposed to
Like,
be.
Specifically,
For me,
there's a
that was
quote.
too obvious. Like, it's just he might be the dumbest character ever made.
Well, then there is the actual movie of Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah,
But
that's
dare I say
But
they
who's
actually
dumber?
make.
Zool-
I don't think they're as
Zoolander
dumb.
dumber?
I don't think they're
Right.
as dumb. I think they're almost on dumb guys who are smart. Not that they're smart, but like they think like people could think they are on accident.
I think that just means
which
they're
does
lucky.
happen. Yeah.
They're like the opposite of Tyrion.
would you call
Right, he's smart and unlucky, but they're dumb and lucky.
would you call
Like-
Forrest Gump
No,
dumb?
no.
Like a
I
dumb
wouldn't.
smart guy? Like yes, he does have some type of learning disability. That's well aware.
That's why I didn't count him.
But he influenced a lot. He was a part of a lot and accomplished a lot in his life. But I don't know if it was necessarily based off of good decisions. Does
Right.
that mean it was just effective decision making or things that happened? Would he be lucky too then?
I think so. I think he would be considered lucky.
Or is he more the opposite of Ned Stark? Where Ned Stark followed his morals into the grave and Forrest Gump followed his morals into great success.
Mm.
Good question.
Pondering. Well, that's not the topic for the day.
Right.
All right. Adam, who do you have?
All right. So I have that I know Andrew's not a huge fan of the CW
Oh gosh.
shows,
Go for it.
but I have
They're all
Barry
good.
Allen for his fumbles in the romance department and choosing the horribly written Iris West in the show.
Once again, that's
Who
anybody
would you have had
who's the
him
main character
use?
in the CW worlds.
Do what, Andrew?
That's any main male character in the CW world of any TV show. They all have terrible love interest. Anyway, go ahead. Who would you
Felicity's
choose?
not bad.
Clearly, all of them would have been better than Iris.
But he
Iris
wasn't-
West.
Yep.
You got Patty Spivot in the
Was that the
season?
was that the cop
That was the
that he
cop.
dates?
Yep.
I liked her. She's
Who
good.
I'm pretty sure knew, at least was pretty sure he was a Flash. You got,
Well, I thought he told her before she left. Anyway,
and then you got like Felicity Smoke.
Also,
thought they had better chemistry than her and Oliver, but
that's why I didn't say her, because she is obviously the better choice, but she's like not the main
That's
one they go
Oliver's
for.
girl.
and then
Back
the
off.
biggest
Oliver didn't go for her either.
I know, not for a long time. They ended up
No.
married,
Well, in his defense, she breaks up with him
right?
That's not his
because he had a
defense.
kid
screwed
and
up.
didn't. No, don't get me started on them breaking up Oliver and Felicity. It's
Anyway, and then the
CW show
biggest
writes
fumble,
it's just dumb. It's just
All right.
dumb. Talk about
the
dumb
biggest fumble.
characters.
Granted, it was
Felicity
kind of
Smoke.
too late because he had already chosen Iris, but was Supergirl herself.
I'm going to tell you,
Clearly, way more chemistry than Iris West, who is just an anchor for Barry Allen.
Yeah.
The entire show and the most.
She is one of the worst written characters I feel like I've seen in a TV show in a long time.
we are in fact limiting this to the TV show, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Iris West in like comics and in animated shows and stuff, she's great.
Yeah.
But
It's
in
kind of
the
like the
CW
way
Flash show,
they ruined
awful.
Mary Jane in the Spider-Man original Spider-Man trilogy is, not a very well written character.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I could say that. I don't know if I'd say ruined, but not very well written. I could agree with that.
Yeah, she's just like, why would he choose her? She's just horrible. And she doesn't trust him.
She's kind of just there.
Like,
as a love interest.
I guess we could also pivot into Peter Parker's fumble in Spider-Man 2.
Gwen Stacy?
Gwen Stacy for sure.
Gwen Stacy or the
I don't think fumble's are appropriate.
The landlord's daughter, who obviously had a crush on him, obviously, was nice to him. But anyway,
yeah. Yep. So, yeah, that was my next one because, like, in the CW show, again, I haven't watched it in a long time. But every time he made a decision to like not pursue some other girl other than Iris, and then every time Iris was talking about how selfish Barry is and all this stuff about how he doesn't understand, it's like, dude, I'm a superhero who's fighting villains, and you're making this about you right now? Like,
yeah, my bad.
Just the worst. And then when there was a couple of episodes where she got powers, she was so obnoxious then. It was, she just was not a very well written character. And then also, forgot what's her name? Is it Caitlin Snow?
Caitlin Snow.
Caitlin Snow. That was a fumble. Just missing every time. So
I think I stopped watching by this time.
Well, it's just in general.
First season.
She?
Their chemistry first season. She's the
I haven't watched
doctor girl who helps him.
So I don't think
powers and like part of Team Flash. Like,
oh, I remember who you're talking about now.
I think I don't necessarily think Barry is who you're saying. I think you're saying the dumbest character in the CW Flash show is the writer for the CW Flash show.
That's the CW. Have you not heard me say this before?
But that's what I'm saying, because like Barry Allen can't help in that show but choose Iris because he's written that way. So in reality, you're really saying is that the worst character.
Andy, if you want to go that line, then every single character we've talked about, it's really the writer's fault. So you're calling George R.R. Martin the dumbest character because he wrote.
So the difference between George R.R. Martin and the writers of the CW is George R.R. Martin created Caitlin Stark and knew the choices she was going to make. The difference is in the Flash show, we all who've read comics or watched any other thing with Iris West know that she's a good character, and the CW made her bad. That's the difference.
It's true.
You wouldn't be mad at Barry Allen for picking Iris if she was a well-written character. Caitlin Stark is a well-written character, even though she makes dumb choices. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sort of. I hate Caitlin Stark.
I know.
All right.
Caitlin Stark. She's the worst.
Are we ready? I have
Like
another
everybody
one.
was like, "Oh, why didn't they bring Lady Stoneheart into the show?" And I'm like, "Thank goodness they didn't," because I hated when they brought her back
Well,
in the books.
At least they take her. At least they take her voice out in the books.
Right, but then she's like, anyway, we won't get into that.
All right, I have another one. Another
All right.
smart dumb guy, and I think it is. I think Dr. Eggman, Dr. Is it Eggman or would it be Robotnik? Let me.
I mean, it'd be
double check.
Robotnik, and then they call him Eggman.
Yeah, Dr. Robotnik. I think he is. He literally has a 300 level or a 300 IQ score and keeps constantly losing to a child alien hedgehog. Now, that child alien hedgehog does in fact have superpowers,
Right.
but it shouldn't be that hard to. He has him in multiple different iterations of Dr. Robotnik. Multiple different iterations. He has him in his clutches, this rodent, and still fumbles it every time. Like he could have
Right.
easily destroyed him 5 or 6 times in the games, in the shows, in the movies, and he just doesn't. It's
Right.
very
I
much
think part
like
of that,
a James Bond villain-esque type of a thing. That's just one thing, because then there's other things. If you watch certain shows where he's intelligent and he has the capability of building any type of aircraft, any type of watercraft, any type of automobile, or any kind of landcraft, even spacecrafts. On top of that, he's able to somehow turn animals into machines without destroying the integrity of the animal. Yet he acts silly and foolish in many different variations. I think he is one of the dumbest. I think he is also one of the dumbest smart people.
right. I can see that. But part of me also thinks, is it dumbness or just arrogance? And
After the 6th time, you think you would learn.
right, but then he always hits that. Well, so
Like
I
at
guess
least
I
James
haven't played too
Bond.
many of the Sonic games, but
Like
like in the case of the movies, it's arrogance, and then it's like his thirst for vengeance clouds him to like actually being aware of his surroundings. Like in the second one, like he's so hyper focused on taking out Sonic
right.
and he gets him on the ropes, but then the others come and help because
Right.
he's so hyper focused.
But that's like his first time. He never really gets a chance. He never really gets a fair chance where he's actually got Sonic dead to rights in the first movie. Like in the movies show him being a lot smarter than dumb. And that's true. He's eccentric in the movies, but he doesn't really get perceived as dumb. Where if you look at, so that's like the best median that we've seen Dr. Eggman in, where he is smart, but he just has this hyperfixation on destroying this hedgehog more in the second one than anything else. But
Right.
But I'm talking about the grand scheme of his character and other variations of, like I said, through video games, through comic books, through TV shows as well. He is he's just super intelligent, but yet acts like a child at times, and just makes poor decision after poor decision on how to make it. Once again, we could blame this on the writing, but that's how it would go with all of them. I just think he's It's hard to believe that somebody with a 300 IQ score could keep making this many mistakes over and over and over again just due to arrogance. Because eventually your arrogance is going to get brought down when you lose so much. So
Right.
that's one of my choices.
Right.
It's good. Good one. Like you said, he doesn't learn from his previous experiences.
And like I said, the
And-
movies do a good job at showing this because he also never thinks he's wrong in the movies until he starts to do wrong things, and then he actually has some character development later on, right? But
Yeah.
his figuring out that he can be wrong actually drives him mad, and so he becomes less dumb and more crazy. Where in the, like I said, in the video games and the cartoons and the comics, he becomes more dumb. So
Right.
anyway, Andy, do you have any other ones?
Yeah, I got one. It's very similar to Adam's Caitlin Stark character. And there's multiple reasons why he's dumb. But there's one really big reason. Peter Quill, aka
yeah.
Star-Lord from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Because of his decisions, half of the universe died for 5 years.
Because of one bad decision.
Because of one bad decision. Granted, he's a hero. You know, like and in the other movies and stuff, he still is kind of dumb. He just is good at getting himself out of his dumb stuff. But particularly because of Infinity War, they literally almost had the gauntlet off of Thanos.
Yeah.
And he made a decision that ruined everything. And everybody died. And we had to watch Spider-Man go, Mr. Stark, I don't want to go. And
Was-
oh man, like if they would have just, if
Left
he
it
would have
going.
just, let him finish before he decided to punch Thanos or whatever, I don't know, like it's just think about that one scene is like, you're so dumb. They almost had it. But yeah, I don't have a lot of arguments for his character being real dumb besides just
Like that was a real mistake. Apparently Chris Pratt would get harassed by people for that, which is unfair to Chris Pratt to be harassed for a character.
But I just feel like in that movie in general, they made his character kind of dumb. Like in every interaction that he has with anybody other than the Guardians of the Galaxy, he's kind of comes off as dumb. Like
well,
the whole are you from Earth or whatever? He's like, no, I'm from Missouri. It's like, that is Earth.
Did they say Earth?
Real dumb.
I thought they said something else.
They ask him where he's from or whatever.
Well, in his defense,
or whatever?
I think a lot of doesn't everybody else call it Soul or
Terra?
No, they call it Terra.
Yeah. So maybe he doesn't know.
Thing is,
wasn't he
was
9?
Not that young of a child.
He was
when
9.
He was abducted.
Right, but he was 9 and now he's 30 something.
But you still know it was Earth.
It's called Earth when you're in kindergarten or earlier.
Earlier, maybe. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Like I said,
Yeah.
it's just he's just kind of dumb, but he's good at getting himself out of situations. Um, well, then even like his interactions with Thor, like when they pick up Thor, like
Yeah.
Well,
I
that
don't know,
kind of
he's dumb.
changes by the third Thor movie. Because then Thor
we don't talk
becomes
about
dumb.
the third Thor or the we don't
Well, Thor
talk about
goes from
the fourth.
being kind
We
of
don't talk about
dumb
the fourth
to
one.
being in the third one being smart to the fourth one being back to dumb.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Thor could be
Fourth,
also
third.
mentioned as a dumb character in the Thor movie, the first Thor movie.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's like
he's
naive.
super dumb.
But that's like
Mm.
naive, dumb.
Yeah.
Like still dumb, but
Yeah.
anyway,
I do have another one.
let's hear it.
Shifting to video games, and this one is mainly the potential to be really dumb,
Okay.
and that is the player character Commander Shepard from the Mass Effect franchise.
Oh gosh. Interesting.
You have the option to make really horrible decisions in that game.
I don't even know if I would say horrible as much as like you've stated. Dumb.
No, horribly dumb.
Yeah.
decisions.
Okay. Yeah.
Like they're they end up being horrible, but it's just a dumb like even reading those choices, at least when I was playing, I was like, why would you choose this choice? Except for I guess to find out what happens.
Yeah.
One of those choices is to romance what's her name? There's a sorry girl
Oh yeah.
who literally says if you mate with her, you will die.
Yep.
And the option is like, well, I'm going in anyway. And you die. It's an insta death, and you have to restart your save game. Like it's there's the you can just not have certain companions because you choose not to. Like one of my favorite is Krogan named Grunt. You could just choose not to open his tank and just keep going. And then you miss out on that. You got
He's one of the best ones too.
Right, I love the Krogan. Krogan are my favorite race in Mass Effect. To not persuade Urdnot Rex to calm down, and you end up shooting him and killing him in the first game. Then he's a companion in the next two games if you keep him alive. First time playing through the game, I did not have my Paragon score up enough, and I had to kill him. And then I found out before even finishing Mass Effect 1, because I liked him so much, that you can have him live. And so I restarted the entire campaign from scratch to make sure that I had Urdnot Rex.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, and in my personal opinion, choosing Ashley over Caden is a dumb decision in Mass Effect 1.
I did it.
Much cooler.
I did it. It was for the love story. But
I did too, and then I regretted it later. Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
Especially because I replayed it, and if you leave Caden alive, his story is just way better.
Yeah. Does he come back in the third one then, if you leave him alive?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Pretty much same as Ashley. So
just pays off.
But yeah, there you go on and on about the different choices, but that Commander Shepard, you have the potential to pretty much, destroy the galaxy, basically, if you don't make the right choices.
Yeah, but then that ends the game. But there's a lot of other dumb decisions in there, like the genophage of an entire race. Like you can just completely be like, yeah, let's just wipe them all out. And people do. People do that.
Right. Yeah.
I think talking about video games, it's not really just talking about dumb choices in video games. I love this game, but one of the dumbest choices I think that they have in Skyrim is you can join the Stormcloaks or you can join the Empire. And both options are kind of dumb.
Right.
Like the
I
Imperials at
have
the
an
beginning of
opinion on this,
Skyrim,
but
the Imperials at the beginning of Skyrim are gonna cut your head off just because you happen to be in the wrong place. They have no evidence that you did anything wrong, but they're still gonna execute you. But then the other option is the Stormcloaks, who are a bunch of racists.
I mean,
So you're like, do I pick the
yeah,
racists or the people who kill people with no evidence? Like,
right. Well, the
it's-
really funny thing, awkward thing, is if you're another race and you join the Stormcloaks.
yeah, because they
the
treat you
whole time,
terribly. They say awful things to you. Like,
yeah. So I have an opinion. I think the Imperial is the way to go because my rebellious heart wants to go with the rebellion because in a lot of movies and media, the rebellion are the good guys. But I don't know. Like,
not
and
when they're
again, not all
racist.
the Stormcloaks are racist. Like, you have, what's his name? Roloff? Is that the guy who frees you?
Rayloff.
Not Rayloff. Yeah, he's not racist. But,
Plus, Stormcloaks is a doper name.
right.
It is pretty dope.
Yeah. But Ulfric, pretty sure he's a racist. Like, I'm pretty confident. But
Yeah.
I will say on the Stormcloak thing, like they're also you get cooler uniforms. Like the Stormcloak general, like bear helmet, pretty
It's
awesome.
pretty sweet. It's
Yeah.
pretty sweet.
Is it worth it to
Yeah.
be a racist to get a cool
I
helmet?
know, right?
If I'm a Stormcloak, it's usually because I'm a Nord. But if I'm any other race, I usually go Imperial.
Right. Well, and also when you find out that the Stormcloaks
Oh, what-
might be working for the elves unintentionally, like Ulfric might be an elf like puppet.
Well,
Yeah.
what they don't tell you is if you're a Nord and you pick Stormcloaks, you have to kill every other race you meet. Like, you just have to. Like, oh, hey, Khajiit, dead. Oh, hey, an Argonian, dead. Like,
Don't forget
wait,
them
is
dark
that not a
elves.
thing? Is that not a thing? You're not supposed to do that? Oops.
Yeah. So, also, swing back to Mass Effect real quick. Can we just acknowledge how the genophage might be just the worst thing ever done in a sci-fi? Like, yes, I guess the Death Star is pretty bad, but you got the Death Star, but like the genophage, like I've been getting really into the lore of Mass Effect recently. I found a podcast that talks about it, but
Of course you did.
but the genophage, literally, it doesn't stop them from getting pregnant. It makes them go through the pregnancy, and they don't find out that
they
it's
have
a
no
stillbirth or
hope,
whatever.
really.
Right? It's like 1 in 1,000 babies will be born and live, but they don't find out until they're going to be born. It's not like they can't get pregnant; it's that they get pregnant and they're forced to birth these babies. This is one of the most horrible things I've ever heard of. And then the Krogan were adapting to it, and they went back and made it lethal, even more lethal.
Yep.
This is horrible. So, anyway, anybody got any other dumb character decisions? I guess could just talk about the Council and Mass Effect. Just the genophage, horrible decision. Raising up the Krogan ended up being not a great decision for them. But then also, the reason why they raised up the Krogan was because of the Rachni. Like, they just make horrible decisions.
I have a couple more honorable mentions. We don't need to talk about them very long unless you guys want to. But I actually had two more.
Okay.
One of them's John Hammond, the founder and creator of Jurassic Park.
Oh, yep.
Yep. He's very smart, but he probably shouldn't have done that.
Well, he put the entire security system to be in charge by one man.
Right.
who was complaining about salary and other things.
Yeah, like you should have been paying. Give him a freaking raise. Seriously, do you know how much money they would be making?
Park, right, Jurassic Park would have worked if he just paid his workers a fair wage.
And then the funniest thing is they kept doing it over and over. Wage. They kept doing it over and over and over and over again too. They're like, you know what? Jurassic Park wasn't a bad idea. Let's just improve security, but let's mess with their genetics some more.
Right. Well, that's because they got that sketch doctor. They kept hiring that guy back. And he's like, hey, what if we splice all this DNA together and find out what happens?
Yeah.
It's like how can we make regular dinosaurs more dangerous? And that doctor was like, hold my beer.
I got this. I know how to do it.
Can we talk about from Jurassic World the dumbest, the military guy trying to get the raptors to be trained for military purposes?
Oh yeah, that was
what an idiot.
That's a dumb decision.
what an idiot! Like
I'm watching Primal right now, and that's just I'm watching this show, and I'm only in season 2, mid shout out, I guess, but it's relevant. And the whole time I'm still waiting for the time when the dinosaur is just going to attack the caveman. And like it's just like it never really feels like a solid relationship from where I'm at. Like it gets really close, but at any point in time I'm like, you know what? If that dinosaur gets hungry enough, like just in the middle of the night, jump. Like how can you sleep next to a dinosaur like that? I don't know.
And like why am I blanking on his name? But the one guy's telling him constantly, yeah, these won't happen. Like he's been training them and known them since birth, and he still doesn't trust like to turn his back on them. Like, but this guy's like, oh, we're going to use him. We got to train him for military. Like this could be revolutionary. It's like, you're going to get killed. And sure enough, he does.
It's not it. By the way, this doesn't work.
The scene where they're like hunting the dinosaur with the raptors on the motorcycle is a pretty cool scene. I'm not gonna lie. I really thought that was cool. Like,
I just like to imagine that because it's the same actor. I can't remember his name, and I feel I almost had it. It's the same actor who plays Wilson Fisk in the Daredevil shows, and it's like Wilson Fisk wouldn't have hired dinosaurs. Like he knows better.
Exactly.
Okay, and my other one wasn't necessarily. This is definitely a shout out because it wasn't necessarily singled out to one character. Go for it.
We were talking about Jurassic World. Dumb characters. Let's not listen to the animal behavior specialist. Like, oh hey, yeah, that thing tricked you. No, it didn't. It's not that smart. Guys, listen to the guy who's an expert. Like,
why am I blanking on who you're talking about?
The dinosaur Indomitable Rex or whatever, like scratched up its pin on one side and then escaped out the other side.
Right.
That was in the second one, right? The second
Jurassic. First one. It's Jurassic World 1.
You're right.
They're like, no, that's impossible. It's like, listen to the guy. He's the expert. You hired him to be the expert. Like,
oh, can we talk about real quick? And then we can go back to your other one, Andrew. The dumbest characters are the like bureaucrat button pusher who ends up in these Jurassic Park movies. Every single one has one. There's some corporate guy who's even in the newest one, because the newest one also has the sleazy corporate guy. It's like,
oh yeah,
those guys. In every single one is
the guy who's in it for the profit. He just wants the money,
right.
Which really is the point. Like you're dumb. Like you trying to monetize off of dinosaurs is a bad idea.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, my other one, which like I said, isn't an individual person, the shout out. It's more the whole crew of the Prometheus or in Prometheus. When I don't know if you guys saw this movie or not.
No, I haven't
Have
seen
not.
it.
I want
It's
to,
it's
but is it
terrible.
spooky? It looks
It's
spooky.
spooky-ish, but it's a whole crew of scientific geniuses that go on this adventure, and they just start messing around with foreign alien stuff, goo, without wearing any protective gear, without analyzing anything. They just start like, oh, let's just dig our hands in. Like, it's no big deal. And that's why most of them die in the
Right.
movie. Like, it's just not worth really talking about because if you haven't seen it, it's not like it's a great movie, but they're just you're watching these super smart people make super dumb decisions throughout the whole movie, and you're just stop it, turn around,
Right.
leave the planet,
Just go
get out
home.
of here, just
Like,
go home. It's not. It's like they try to take the concept of slasher movies with like teenagers that are at a camp where they or just out in the woods where it's like, okay, when somebody dies, this is the point in time where you pack it up and you leave, not you go and try to solve what's going on. You go leave and you let somebody else do the heavy lifting that's trained for that. You're just a teenager in the middle of the woods. Except for they do that with people who are heavily trained and just shouldn't be being idiots, and yet there they are. Anyway, that's
Yeah.
the last one I have.
Does that make the best movie? Like, I feel like most good science fiction movies involve scientists doing something dumb.
It's either
Like,
that
Back
or
to the
it's
Future,
rich
scientist
people.
does something. That too.
Yep.
But like, scientist does something dumb. You got the basis of the start of the, Back to the Future movies.
Yep.
Jurassic
In other
Park,
words,
scientists bring back dinosaurs. Now you got a whole franchise.
in other words, science is the problem. We
Is
shouldn't
that
be
what we're
learning.
finding out? Is
That's
like
what
we
we're-
should not be advancing as a civilization. No more science. You heard it here first.
I mean,
it's our curse.
I mean,
Those
most
Terminator
like
movies.
you said, most
Skynet, science.
yeah.
Let's get out. That's too relevant a little bit with AI, but
It's all right. We'll be fine.
all
All right.
yeah. All right. Anybody got any other that they want to put forward as the dumbest characters? I still think Catelyn Stark's the worst.
I know.
In my opinion.
Trying to think.
There's argument
If
that
there's-
Captain Kirk is one of the dumbest characters.
How so?
He's I don't think he is, and I don't know enough about Star Trek to really argue against it. But he seems like a guy who got into Starfleet with not the intent to go out and explore and learn.
Okay.
He seems like the guy that got into Starfleet with the intent to go out and get in fights.
No, he went out to learn about species, and more
he
particularly
does.
the females of the
He
species.
sure does. He does that too. But I don't have enough arguments personally, as we've all established. I haven't gotten into much Star Trek to really establish that. So
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about Kirk's backstory to know why he got. Well, I know his father wasn't his father an admiral. Well, and then you had the movies where the timeline got messed up, but yeah, I think his father was an admiral, but I don't know. But anyway,
I think that's it, man.
all right. Well, you guys, thank you for listening. If you stuck out this long, we appreciate it. This is our list of the dumbest characters, and like I did not even touch. We got tons of dumb characters.
Yeah, should we just
heck,
Patrick
half the-
Star?
Right, that was one that came to mind. He's probably arguably the dumbest of the dumb.
Yeah. Anyway,
Like, is this the
Any
Chris
of the
Script?
characters
No,
from
this
It's
is
Always Sunny in
Patrick.
Philadelphia.
Right. So, but yeah, if we missed any that you think should be on a list of the dumbest characters, whether that's because they always make the dumb decision, or in a sense, like Andrew was saying, Tyrion Lannister, who just has dumb luck. Just not. He's not lucky and gets put in bad situations and makes him come off as not very smart. But yeah, anyway, let us know in the comments. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook. That's where you'll get the most updates. I guess X, sorry, as Andy likes to correct me. X. But with that, I think we're out.
Peter Steve!